d4.
Bishop d3.
Knight c5. d3. What's going on here? Bishop b5 is the most natural. This bishop on d4, I personally find it annoying. Yeah. Bishop back to g3. Wow. I don't know. This move, rook b4, came very, very quickly. Knight e4. Yeah. And this is where you like the move f5. There you go. Okay. From the very starting position, e6, bishop g2. Suppose I did something like knight f6. e5. h6. a5, b3. From the, rook e1, you found it. Knight d4. Knight f5. Hold on. What did very good answer? Rook e7, e5. Queen e7.
But concrete analysis suggests that black stands quite okay after such a line.
Queen e5 check. King h7 was played. h3. Rook d8. He's played king g6. b5. And rook to c8. b4. c4. e4.
King d4.
b6. Knight a6. Knight c5.
King c4.
Again, this knight went to f6. g5. King h7 was played. Put your king on d6. You've got nothing to fear. So king f8, queen f7. Okay, let's do it. What about d4? Knight f6, g3. So should I place c4 or not? Castle, d5.
Castles.
For some reason, I thought this knight was coming to b6, d5. How did the engine see it? Okay, so let's say I go knight c6, knight e4, rook b1, knight d4, knight c3, knight d5, and we're here, guys. He sees those tactics. Deadly check. King g2.
Right.
Okay, fair enough. So knight d4. What's the body count? And is this an issue if black plays h4, knight f5? Okay, but it's a pretty lousy pawn structure for black. We do have the move rook d4. I was going to put my king on f6, okay? Really? Okay. And he's just posted his rook up in the center of the board with the move
Oh my
rook
gosh.
d5. Rook on f3, check. Check. Simply king f3. Now, why would we play f6, though? I mean, f5. He has played f6. Question of time. Let's start with this. d4. d5. Played knight f3. Bishop to e7. Bishop f4. Bishop b2. Maybe c5. Okay.
Castles.
Knight e6. Bishop e5. Bishop f6. So, oh my.
Bishop d3.
Rook d8. Right. So after bishop c4, can I just trade everything? Bishop e6. Rook b1. Queen a3 might be necessary. Knight c5. And what do the engines say? He did go queen f6. I just didn't understand the move h6, h3. Yeah. a6. How about rook a4? Put my rook on d6. So a3's on the board, right? Knight e4. Rook to e8.
Rook c8.
But rook d7 was the only way. Knight c5. Well, this rook on b7 is pretty lonely as well. I'm not happy at all. Knight d5. Oh, knight d5. g5, g6. You don't have knight g5 yet. Check.
To have such little time.
So, from the start, suppose I did something like knight f6, d3, e5, knight c3, So knight c6, bishop d2, rook to e8,
Queen a5.
c4. He played queen c5, Jeff. Sorry. Rook b1. I mean, and we have bishop f4, queen d7. And we're up to date. Rook to d5. So this is after rook on e2 and g4.
Hakimate.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our coverage. d4 looks good. b6. Knight on f3, g3, bishop b4, bishop on g2, knight e4. Castles. Wow. f5. d5. Got knight e7. Castle. Bishop g5. And let's just go with h6 for a second. So both players showing that they're very well prepared because they've just been zipping right along here. I don't know, play queen c8 and then rook d7. Rook to e8, bishop d6. And just for all the reasons you're saying, played a5, c5. Okay, played b5 right here, f4. So knight c6, king e6, and rook d8, e3. Knight to b4, g4, f5, check. After there was a check, rook e7. Exactly, check. And f6, f7, queen b5, check. We've been looking at queen c4,
King e2.
you gotta go king g1, right? Checkmate. Hello, everyone. d4 looks good. g6, c4. Suppose I did something like knight f6. Castle short. Knight f3, d5, queen h6. Knight to b4. No. Rook c1. Let's see. Can I tickle? e3. So bishop d2. Bishop d3. Bishop c3. Okay, so check. Rook d8. There's something about that move I do like, but that's because I'm the pawn grubber. People would like to, other people would like to try to make these sacrifices work. And king goes to f1. Precisely. Bishop c5. f5, king e3. And after king f5, king e3, a5, b5. Well, here you don't have, oh, king g2. And we do have g4, king f4. I get myself checkmated here.
No, guy.
As always, delighted to be with you. d4. b5. Played knight f3, bishop b7. Again, this knight went to f6, a6, c4, b4. Exactly. Knight c2, castle short. So a3's on the board, right? a5, c5, d6. When you look at it, it seems so concrete and so devastating. Bishop f4. Queen b5 is a very unpleasant ending. The bishop dropped back to d2. So queen a1, rook c1, knight a5, maybe knight e5, even just knight d5. Okay, so what does he have in mind? Right, e4, knight f6, knight to a5, queen c8. I did the same thing against Roman Djindji-Hashvili in a World Open, and I got tortured for 160 moves and lost the game. That was not a lot of fun for me as black. So, okay. Very irritating checks. Bishop f6. Now this very quick approach of bishop e7, question of time. Sorry, back to this important game. g3. Again, this knight went to f6. Knight c6, e4, e5. Let's go. Knight c3. Knight d4. c3. The knight on e2.
Bishop h6.
Played knight d3. Rook d8. Knight h5. knight f2. You did something crazy.
Oh my gosh.
b6, yeah. I'm thinking that this pawn on e5 is the base, the foundation. Bishop e6. So a3's on the board, right? Played b5 right here. Knight d3, a5. You gotta go king g1, right? b4, check. And we've seen king g7. He's played king g6. Rook on f3. But rook c2. We have king g4. King to g3. Rook to d2. Check. King e3 and rook on f3. e6. Rook d1. g4. Very irritating checks. King to g3. King g2. 0-0. So white to play. d4 landed on the board. Knight c3. c6.
Bishop b3.
Castles. Castle. Knight e4. b4. I don't want black to get in all of the moves. Knight c4 and e4. Queen d6. I'm waiting. Absolutely. I just didn't understand the move h6. Knight e4. That's a surprise move. Rook to c6, queen b5, queen c2. Uh-oh. Now, rook a3. What are you guys both warmed up with the Java now? Knight d5, and we're here, guys. Again, this knight went to f6. Look at this horrible knight on h7. My queen post up on f4 because I didn't want to allow queen f7, queen f3. And now after queen g7, queen to b8. And we do have g4. Well, it's... sorry, back to this important game. g6.
Castles.
And d3. Knight c3. Oh no. Knight e4. Exactly. Right, and we just seen a move here. Bishop to e6. d4. Exactly. Bishop e3. And stay in the game. Queen f3. He played queen c5, and I'm forced to move my king. He did go queen f6. Check. Where did rook on e2, rook d1, queen f3, check, queen b5, check. You gotta go king g1, right? Rook d7, rook e4, rook to d2. By the way, you're channeling Fabi very well because the move I was a little reluctant to play. f5 was Fabi's choice as well. f4.
King b4.
h7, pawn on a2. Okay, so there you go. Yes, we are back. d4, d5, knight f3, b6, bishop b7, bishop b2, c5,
Castles.
a6, d5, b5. So we're analyzing to a clean win. Right, and we just seen a move here. And let's just go with h6 for a second. h3, check, knight e4. Excuse me. Queen a4. You know, you want to question what's going on. And c3. We've been looking at queen c4. Queen c8, check. For the check, bishop g7, f3, g3, queen e5, king g2, deadly check, king g2, check, c4. But, okay, I do like queen d1. Can an argument be made for queen b1, by the way? Queen to e2, check. We have king g4. Check.
Everybody says,
is always delighted to be with you. What about d4? And d5, e4, bishop g7. Well, bishop c4. So knight c6. Of course, you just simply want to play bishop to e3, bishop g4, f3. Knight a5 or knight, oh.
Rook c8.
Queen d7, knight c3, d5, e6. Bishop to d4, check, b5. So a3's on the board, right?
One of those things you have to be absolutely sure. Either you're lost, won, or draw, and you've got to take precise play.
Rook a6 did not seem, to my eyes, like the most natural. So king f8, and then can I chase the king? Well, now knight d7, and I'm forced to move my king. Again, this knight went to f6, and f6, woohoo, check, rook david 3, a4, b6. So knight e6, I was going to put my king on f6, okay? Knight d7, and I'm forced to move my king.
King c4. I'll go king c3.
Simply play king f1. To have such little time. I'm from the very start, b6, bishop to e7, queen c2, c5. We came up with this move, rook d1, knight h5, castle short. By the way, bishop f6. Oh boy. Right. The move I'd really like to play against is knight b6. Bishop to d7, knight to b3. a3 is not queen b6, knight a5, g3 precisely. Wow. What about d4? Yeah. Uh-oh. We just what happened to my screen, dude? Very irritating checks. So let me put the queen on e7. Bishop b5 is the right move. Okay. No question about it. And let's just go with h6 for a second. Rook d1. Now this kind of like tricky move, queen a6, queen a5, queen david 8. Okay, very. Yes, we are back. Yes. After h5, d4. Suppose I did something like knight f6. And knight g6. Hello. Yeah, it's like... Now, last time I played c6 and I got myself into trouble. Checkmate. Exactly. And let's see, has the clock been started? e4, e5, knight c3, knight c6, bishop to b4, d3, knight d7, castle, c3, bishop d6, d4, rook to e8, knight g3. Rook e1, you found it. So, but got knight e7, queen b3, check. You don't have knight g5 yet. Knight e6, queen d7. No kidding. No. Maybe c5. Bishop e3. Yes.
Queen g4.
g3. Check. King g2. It was all free will. Well, knight g5, and here I got f4. But very double-edged as well. Check. Question of time. Well, thank you. I'm from the very start. d5, very nice. Well, bishop c4, castle, bishop g7, a6. I just like a4, b6, yeah. So knight c6, knight on f3, e6, bishop g5,
rook c8,
c5. My queen post up on f4. Nasty knight h5. Frankly, knight h4. Slightly worse position. I'm thinking that this pawn on e5 is the base, the foundation. c3. Sure. King f1, check. That king makes a terrible impression on f1. Draw. Thank you. Let's start with this. g3. Knight f6. Bishop g7. Castle. Castle. c4. d6. Knight c3. d4. e5. e4. Rook to e8. h3. a5. Rook e1. You found it. Bishop f4. Knight e5. So clear. Like, for example, let's say I go here. King h7 was played, b3.
Or maybe it's even bishop g5.
Bishop f6. But let's f4. Knight c6. Taking quite some time. I was thinking that my rook wasn't super stable on e6. And queen to e8. So a3's on the board, right? We're in new territory now. Queen f3. Queen to e2. And now after queen g7, correct, c5. We do have the move rook d4. We do have the move rook d4. 0. So from the start, suppose I did something like knight f6. And d5. Yes. So let me put the queen on e7. Played a5, bishop e3, b6. By the way, just everybody once again. Whoa, bishop a6. Played knight d3, b3. You think you'll be able to hold this pretty easily. c4, knight c6, f5. Exactly. Queen e7. I was about to say, I like the knight on f4 very much. Well, do we like knight d4? Even just knight d5. Bishop f4. This bishop on e5 is a very powerful bishop. Rook to e8.
Everybody says queen g3.
Simply king f3. On a good day, he would like to play king f4, c5. Well, I've been anxious to play the move knight e5 for some time.
I'll go king d2.
King f4. To have such little time. Well, okay. Very, very nice defense.
How about another really good, hurtful game?
I hate it. Now, guys, be honest. Was it as good for you as it was for me?